A recent survey found that nearly 10 million working moms across the U.S. are burnt out. As we count down to Mother's Day, we want to talk about some ways moms can take care of themselves. So joining us this morning is author and speaker Shirin Etessam. Shirin, you say moms need to make self-care a top priority, don't you?
Yeah, so I think that Mother's Day is a perfect time to reset. You still need to work the rest of the year. It's just that that day is celebrated. And what happens with us, I have two teens who are 15 and 17, and we automatically put ourselves second. And we can definitely mother and take care of ourselves at the same time. But we end up forgetting that as we're doing, especially in the early years when it's so hands-on. So it's really a matter of integrating self-care rather than having one day out of the year where you take care of yourself.
It's definitely hard to put yourself first, for sure. You've got that right. And you have a new book that's actually coming out in June. It's called Free to Be. It's a 6-week guide to reclaiming your soul. You also have some tips on there for moms. First up, you say, do like a daily purge. What's that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the daily purge really is a matter of purging all the negativity that we frankly wake up to. Our minds turn on as soon as we wake up. So we may have had a restful night or a semi-restful night, and we wake up and the mind is chat, 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 what you have done, what you haven't done, and it's instant stress. And some people will meditate or go for a walk, but most of us just get on with our day. So the daily purge really is 6 minutes of purging out all the negativity that is going through your mind. As it comes in, you purge it out. Whatever it is, it doesn't need to make sense, and you could do it. I would suggest doing it out loud, so it's literally out of you. So it could be, I hate paying my bills. I don't care that my car is broken down. My son said this and it really pissed me off. Whatever it is, purge, purge, purge. And it may sound funny, but it is amazing. After those 6 minutes, it's sort of like a little mini spa trip.
I hate paying my bills.
A mini spa trip. All right. Well, and you also, you add to that you think it's important that we take care of our bodies. Can you explain a little bit more about what does that mean?
Thank you, Sandra. So taking care of our body, usually when we talk about taking care of our body, it's usually sleeping right, eating right, exercising enough. But the truth of it is that most of us don't really care for our bodies intentionally up until the time we have to, either when we get sick or we're super tired. But we either neglect our bodies or we're abusive to it. And we're either abusive to it by what we put it through or how we treat it, our relationship. So it's beyond the taking care of yourself as far as what you put into it. It's shifting your relationship with your body as your only vessel through this life, and the need to care for it. And in my book, I lay out a step-by-step plan for doing so.
So Sandra here's a mother, and you love to take time to play, right?
Sure.
So you say it's important mothers find time to play. How important is that actually?
So Chris, you asked my favorite question. So play is incredibly important to adults, and there's studies on play and neuroplasticity and how it shifts our mind. It's good to know your play personality type and then attach activities to it. And activities could be cartwheels in your backyard. It could be thumb wrestling with your, your colleague. It could be, swinging on swings. There are many, many, many different play activities, and you could do it at any time. And it could be just for a minute or two, or it could be all day long if you can do so.
That's great.
Yeah, it is fantastic. So last question really quickly before we let you go. Another thing you talk about, and you mentioned this, is that a mother's need to heal their broken hearts. What does that mean?
All the heart wants is to be loved, to be acknowledged, to be careful, and to be seen. So giving ourselves that, and then also protecting ourselves from situations and people that don't nurture that. When you're in a situation or with a person, ask yourself, is this situation expanding or contracting my heart? And you will have your answer, and then acting accordingly. Thank you so much for having me on your show.